Da 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 da. Put some clothes on, lady.
Welcome to the Folk Artwork and Friends podcast. I am Adam Ostrick, your host, the man behind Folk Artwork. And I'm very excited to be here with you this March. Wow, it is already March. What a busy few months and weeks we've already had. And it's just going to get even crazier from here. In a minute, I'm going to get to a very special guest. Before we do that, a couple of housekeeping notes and things. If you're listening to this Friday, March 6th, please come out to Mainframe Studios in Des Moines, Iowa to see some fantastic artwork from so many amazing, great artists, including this month, my students, my friends, my son will have artwork on display at Mainframe to celebrate First Friday. What a blast it will be. K through 12 district art show. Please, if you can, come support the amazing, talented kids in the community that are continuing to make great, fantastic, mind-blowing art that is just absolutely a joy to see. That is this Friday, March 6th. I will also be in the studio with Ashley Mary, studio number 228, on the second floor. Come say hi. Have artwork up by James Ash, a few other pieces that I might be rummaging through as I get prepared to head out to New York City for the 2026 Outsider Art Fair. That is right. Folk Artwork returns to the Big Apple for the second time for the 34th edition of the Outsider Art Fair. I am extremely excited and cannot be happier and proud of the work that the artists that I will be showcasing, what they have done, and to show everybody their work. I think it's going to completely blow everybody away. So if you are in New York, come out, Outsider Art Fair, March 19th through the 22nd at the Metropolitan Pavilion. I will be there. So many great galleries, exhibitors will be there. It is, again, the greatest fair event in the history of fair or events. And I can't wait to show artwork off by some very talented artists, including Kay Lesurara from Jersey. We'll have work by Pam Puck, American-born, currently living in Italy. Dave Brer, a Haitian-born artist currently living and working in Chicago. And Renisha McCoy, as well as Canadian folk artist Jackie Bradshaw, among others. I've been working feverishly the past few weeks. They have been working feverishly. It's so exciting to see all the work come together and get it ready and prepared to head out to New York. So stay tuned for more behind-the-scenes videos, newsletters. Just stay tuned. It's really exciting, and I can't wait to get back to New York City. But let's talk about why you're here today. It's because you are here to listen to the 7th episode of the Folk Artwork and Friends podcast. 7 already. These keep getting better and better. This month, I've gone international 3 times now, and I am absolutely delighted to talk to the one and only Pam Puck, a self-taught artist born in America, currently living, working in Italy, who creates some of the most fascinating, somewhat humorous, beautiful, just stunning works of art, sculptures made from foam, air-dried clay, paper mache, paint, all that. She's got some incredible pieces that they've made for the fair and in the past, and it was an absolute delight to sit down and talk with Pam and get to know them a little bit better. really a really fun conversation. It was a fantastic way to start my Saturday morning and get to know Pam, who I've communicated with for the past couple of years, but really, again, can't be more excited to take Pam's work to the fair for everybody to see. And I really enjoyed this conversation that I had with her. And I hope that you enjoy it as well. Hi, Pam.
Hey, how are
How are
you?
you? I'm
Good.
doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Nice to
Good.
finally see you and speak to you in kind
Ye-
of person.
Yeah, you as well. Absolutely. I was just adjusting my lighting in here. I was like, it was like a drear every time I've done this a couple Saturday mornings. Thank you for joining me on a Saturday. I know it's
Yeah.
afternoon for you, right? But
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
I think the three that I've done on a Saturday, one person Manchester, one person Nova Scotia, and now Italy, right?
Okay, yeah, Italy.
Whereabouts in Italy are you?
I live in a small city called Ferrara, so it's just outside of Bologna in Emilia-Romagna, so like northern-ish Italy.
Sounds
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's really nice here. Yeah, I love it.
I've never been to Italy. That's one place in Europe I feel like I would love to go.
Yeah, you should definitely come visit.
I
Especially Bologna is a beautiful city. My city is beautiful as well, but it's, smaller, less to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. I
Um,
always like read these articles or see these articles. I don't really read the whole thing, but I see the title and it's like American couple buys Italian villa for $10 because they're
uh,
like I don't know like they're kind of cheap, but then you have to like obviously fix it up and there's probably all these other fees and stuff, but it
yeah,
kind of sounds like a dream
I
to
know, I know. Yeah, they do these like €1 homes you can buy, but then you have to spend like, I don't know, like 300,000 to
right,
do
right,
them
right.
up. And
Sure.
also like the bureaucracy in Italy is just like so insane
Oh,
that
is it?
just yeah, doing
Yeah.
anything is takes a long time here. So you have to have a lot of patience if you if you choose to move here.
Well,
But
that's one thing that I'm getting more of having children and
okay.
teaching high school art. So
Mhm.
maybe, but
Okay,
it
you're
does sound like a
set.
lot of it does sound like a lot of work too. I think like the woods out here just sound nice every now and again, more and more. I'm like, I'm just gonna go out there and just live
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
for a while.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
create your own cabin. Yeah, that sounds good. You
It
know,
does sound nice.
having said that, there are some like really affordable places in Italy that are like 25,000 for a
Sounds
house. If you can
that's
like drive and get there, they're quite rural. But I think my husband and I are thinking like, I don't know, 3 more years in a city and then disappearing into
I
nature.
know. Honestly,
Worries.
I know it like having two young children, and then we live like literally I can almost see our school from here, like where they go to
Okay.
school.
Yeah.
And we live in the city, which is nice, but living out in the middle of nowhere just sounds like like a dream. But then it's
Yeah.
kind of that, the pros and cons of each, right? It's like now I have
Hmm.
to like travel half an hour to go get food and for school, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's definitely trickier with kids. I mean, I just have dogs, so they'll stay with me.
Yeah, they're a
And
little
that's
easier.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, again, thank you for joining me. I
Yeah.
was fixing my light because it was like a dreary day, and then
Yeah.
inevitably when I do this on a Saturday morning, the like sun comes out and then all my light is like all jacked up. But so
Oh, okay. Oh,
um
looks good.
well,
Oh,
thank you.
sorry. I see postcards behind you. Are those the postcards?
Yeah.
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 Great.
I like dropped the
Great.
ball. I should have had the actual piece here, but I took it to the studio space that I kind of have now to store because I'm
Oh,
getting
cool.
boxes and boxes and boxes, which is
Yeah.
amazing. But I also am like running out of space to store stuff. But then I
Yeah, I
just
get
got these yesterday, so I
Yay.
wanted to show this off. Yeah, it's so cool.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
looks good. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And then on the back, it's just got like your name. I put Instagram on there and then
Oh,
a little bit
cool.
about the work. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
these are always a hit.
Cool.
I did them last year for Sarah's work and a couple other, and yeah, I feel like when you go to art stuff, you're like you want to walk away with something, and while it would be nice to buy like thousands of dollars worth of art, that's not always
Mhm.
accessible for everybody. So
Yeah.
these are always great. And I've told people too, and I've had people tell me they're like, "Oh yeah, I'll just take this home and frame it." Like,
Yeah,
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 absolutely. Yeah.
definitely. Oh, that's
So
cool.
yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm really excited. I again am getting more and more everybody's work and
Hmm.
realizing that I'm like leaving for New York in like 2 weeks from now. And
Okay.
I'm really pumped. And I think everybody's work is just gonna blow everybody away.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, I'm biased because I love all of your work, obviously. That's why I've
Mhm.
reached out to you to be a part of this, but I just think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a hit. I'm leaving earlier because I'm driving, but then my wife is leaving a couple days after me. So like, heaven
Oh, you're
forbid.
driving. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm weird. I'm actually pumped about the drive. It's like a
Mhm.
20-hour drive. I'm gonna do it in 2 or 3 days. I love to
Mhm.
just get in the car and drive across the
Okay.
country. But yeah, because I'll have all the works just it's just, I know some people ship it all, but kind of
Hmm.
a one-man band here,
Yeah, yeah. So you
making
got
it
a
work.
few. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
where are you gonna stop on the way?
So I live in Des Moines, Iowa, right smack dab in the
Mhm.
center of the country. I will drive to my parents' house. They live right on the Iowa-Illinois border. Stay there, I think, Sunday night, and then try to do about 8 hours to get to Cleveland. I'm gonna make a stop through
Mhm.
Chicago, try to get to Cleveland, and
Mhm.
then on Monday, and then Tuesday, I will try to get all the way to probably Philly. I'd like to get as close to sort of the city as possible without staying in the city, so
Okay.
I don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on a hotel. But
Yeah.
and then I will just drive in Wednesday morning, and just head straight to the fair, get set up. Last year, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable and confident about this year because I know what to
Mhm.
expect. Last
Yeah.
year, everything went great last year, but now that I
Mhm.
know what to expect, it's a lot better. Like they give you, um, I want to say it's like 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. maybe to set up on
Mhm.
Wednesday. And last year, I'm like, I'm gonna be there all day. Like it's gonna take me hours to set stuff up. But after like 2 hours, I was like, oh, I'm done. And
Oh,
it
nice.
was, yeah, it was pretty. But I'm just like, I'm gonna be like at 8, be like, please let me stay longer, please. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
so it'll be a breeze.
Cool.
I've
And
already,
you're doing
I
it by
can,
yourself. You're setting everything up by
yes
yourself.
and no.
Okay.
I again, I'm very lucky that I've met a ton of people. I know most all the exhibitors there. Last
Mhm.
year, are you familiar with Sage Studio Gallery? I've
Yeah.
talked about
Hmm.
there. Yeah, so Katie and
Yeah.
Lucy, they're the coolest. Last year when I pulled up, I was like, all right, where am I gonna park in New York City and then like bring all these boxes in? And I pulled up and they were like some guy right out back of the building was like, "You want to park here? Are you here for the fair?" I was like, "Yeah." And he just like cleared a spot. I parked right behind
Oh,
the building. And then all of a
nice.
sudden Katie and Lucy walked out and they're like, "Hey, do you want help bringing stuff in?" I'm like, yeah, I would love
Yeah.
that. So they brought stuff in, and then an artist whose work was there last year, and I might have some of his stuff this year. His name's Jordan, Jordan Sullivan.
Mhm.
He lives in the city. Well, he lives in Queens, so not too far.
Oh,
And
okay.
then
Mhm.
him and his wife actually showed up last year when I was setting up and helped out. I love to do stuff by myself, and it's hard for me to accept help. But
Mhm.
again, I was like, I might be here till 8 p.m. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Can I hang stuff up for you?" I'm like, "Yes, please."
That's
Like
super
that would
nice.
be
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. It sounds like a
Yeah,
good community of people.
it really is. I
Yeah.
know it is a beast for you to get over to, but one day you gotta get. It's just
Yeah.
like the I've not. Have you been to a lot of fairs, like art fairs or anything?
No, actually. I've been in one, I've been in two, one in Turin and one in
Oh,
Rome. And my husband was in one in Los Angeles, but we've never actually gone. We've just sent the work.
sure.
So
Yeah,
someday I
yeah.
want to.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I've never been to any other art fairs, but I've
Hmm.
been to the outside art fair now. This will be my fifth, fifth or sixth year. I can't quite remember. But second year showing, but just fifth year going. And everybody says it's just like the best. And everybody there is just so kind. The artwork is so like overwhelming, but in a good way. Like
Hmm.
just so inspiring. It's just, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good time. So
Ah, I want to
I'm
go. Okay,
yeah.
someday.
Yeah. Well, I'll take ton of pictures. We'll do some videos, and
Okay, good.
again, I think your work's gonna fit in really well. I had this piece by
You.
Sarah there last year.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
was the one
beautiful.
of the
I love
only
her work.
few that didn't sell.
Okay.
She's luckily gonna have some more work up there with Rico now. But
Oh, cool. I was wondering. Yeah.
yeah. They usually like Rico usually does like a lot of sort of an estate type of stuff for people, but
Yeah.
also they're gonna have some of Sarah's work because her work like last year did amazing out there, of
Yeah.
course, because it's really, really great.
Her
Now
work's amazing. Yeah. So,
yeah, you've had a
sorry.
chance to like hang out with her a bunch, right?
Yeah, actually, we started talking because you did an article on her or like an
Oh
interview
yeah.
with her. And
Yep.
after I read that, I'm like, I gotta reach out to this person. I feel like we
Yeah.
have so much in common. So then we became pretty good friends, like on Instagram, just talking. And then this past October, we had a show together in Rome. So she
Right.
flew over to Rome, and then she came back to stay with me in Ferrara for a few days. So we got to hang out in person,
That's so
and I got
cool.
to see her work in person and her paintings. I mean, they always look amazing on Instagram, but you can't beat like seeing them in person. They're so
I know.
beautiful.
I
Yeah,
know.
they're really
Like
nice.
this piece of yours, like looking when
Yeah.
you sent me the photo, I saw I'm like, oh, this is brilliant. But then seeing it, yeah,
Mm.
I mean, I know it's like a silly thing to say, of course it's better in person, but like it truly is just it's amazing.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I
Um
think.
go
Mhm.
oh sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I think just yeah, seeing work in person, and I think sculpture especially is hard to photograph. It's really nice to be up close and personal with it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? This piece of yours here, it's like a lot more I don't want to sound I don't want to sound bad, but like it's like really sturdy. Like
Yeah.
it's like I because and we're just like gonna get in the this is like the podcast, by the way. I hope that's fine with you.
Oh yeah, I
But
thought it was
yeah,
perfect.
okay. But like it's super sturdy and
Yeah.
again because of the process, I feel like that you kind of invented. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but like it's like clay, it's like foam, and then you do some paper mache. So
Yeah.
um it's amazing, but it's like way sturdier and like not it's not
It's
super heavy, but it's like heavier than I
uh
expected.
got like a really nice weight to it, which I really
Yes,
like.
it's a
Yeah.
fantastic weight. Yeah. So
Yeah.
how did you stumble across this like process of making these?
Um, let's see. Well, I first started teaching myself sculpture with ceramics, with clay, kind of messing around in my apartment. And there was like a shop in the city I lived in where basically like little kids went and they painted on bisque,
Okay.
pottery,
Yeah,
and they
yeah, yeah.
fired. So I like would make these weird like ceramic pieces, and then I asked them if they could fire them for me.
Yeah.
Some of them were kind of like erotic, so I would like hide them underneath blankets,
Yeah.
like bring them
Who
in.
made that one? What which one? Yeah.
But the people working there were super, super nice, and they really like supported my work. But then when I moved back to Italy, I kind of lost access to a kiln.
Yeah.
Uh, I wasn't in any position to buy a kiln, and I couldn't find one. So I started to kind of like experiment with different ways of making things. And my husband sculpts with foam a lot in
Okay.
his work. So
Yeah.
we had like this foam around in the apartment already that I experimented with working with. And then a lot of artists actually use paper mache, like this paper mache paste, basically,
Hmm.
which is like toilet paper or paper, glue, and then a type of joint compound that you mix together and it makes a
Yeah.
super smooth paste. There's this really amazing Greek artist. I can't remember her name, but she makes really beautiful kind of abstract furniture with found objects and then paper mache over it. So I was definitely inspired by her. There's another artist in Tennessee. What is his name? He
Oh,
makes
is it Brett Hunter Douglas?
Yes, yeah.
His
I think he uses papercrete, so it uses
okay.
concrete as well, but it's kind of
Yeah.
like
His
that kind of
and
thing.
he's been making stuff that's like huge. His pieces are wild. Yeah, his stuff was
Yeah.
at the fair 2 years ago is when I was
Oh,
introduced
cool.
to his work. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I kind of, like was really inspired by all these people and just wanted to use the materials I had around. So I started with the foam and then I thought I still love working with clay. That's
Mm-hmm.
like my favorite part when I make the sculptures is making the details with the clay. So I just did that as a second step and then I covered it with this paper mache and yeah, I was happy with it.
Yeah. Again,
Basically.
it's great. It's such a fairly unique, just like again, like look and feel, texture, sturdiness. It all just it's perfect. And then is it very easy to paint over?
Yeah, it is. It's like nice and textured, which I do like. I like that about it as well.
Yeah.
And I just use acrylic paint to
Yeah.
paint on it. And lately, I've also been using like really thinned out acrylic paint and an airbrush to get like lighting
Mm,
effects. Like
yeah.
I did one for my show in October that was like a witch with like a flashlight shining
Oh
up
yeah,
on
yeah,
her.
yeah.
So I used
Yeah.
the airbrush to kind of like get these cool shadows and things
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really fun experimenting.
Yeah. And this one with the like the gold touch to it,
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Thank you. Oh,
Um,
the gold looks so nice in person, doesn't it?
it's incredible.
I was
Yeah.
really happy with it.
It was really funny. I got your work a couple days after I got another gal's work, Kay, who will be at the fair as well. And
Mhm.
I because my children are my children and they're with me and they uh always know a saying around here is like, "Oh, dad got a new piece of art today." Like that's
Yeah.
just a commonplace. There's just art
Yeah.
always showing up at our house.
Those
But
things.
I was with them. I'm like, my 8-year-old, he's like, "Can I film you opening this?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." So he filmed one of me opening K's, and it was of a naked lady. And
Yeah.
my boys go, "Put some clothes on, lady." And then I take out yours a couple days later, and
Uh,
of course they go, "Put some clothes on, lady." So that's kind of been like I feel like it's the theme of my booth, which I didn't really
oh,
intend to do
okay.
this, but there is
Yeah.
a lot of naked ladies. But
Yeah.
I feel better about it because it's all women doing
Hmm.
this artwork, right? Like we're not going to like the Met, we're not going to see all these old dudes painting these naked. Like this is from
Yeah.
your perspective. So, um,
Hmm.
can you talk a little
Exactly.
bit about your work? I did a little bit of reading about how like there's some humor to your work. It's really fun
Yeah. Yeah.
and silly, but also there's like some vulnerability or some sort of like deeper things coming from that. So can you talk a little bit about your work?
Yeah, I don't talk about it often. So, uh, yeah, my work explores a lot of different things, and it really depends on the piece. So, some pieces I work on as a way to work through some mental health issues I have. Other pieces you know, just think it's a funny idea and I make
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Other pieces, I I kind of feel like I'm connected to this other space, I guess, or my subconscious, or this kind of other space,
Yeah.
and I get these ideas to make a piece, and I make it, and I share it, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that this piece is about like this issue I'm dealing with, or and those are the pieces I feel especially vulnerable sharing,
Uh-huh.
because I don't know what I'm sharing until like I
Sure.
realize it later. But those are definitely for me the most important pieces, and I feel like they really like push my practice forward, and they are the most satisfying pieces for me. But I would say like even when I'm exploring subjects or themes that um, are uncomfortable for me or are kind of heavy issues, I always like to include like an element of humor and
Sure.
and not only in the piece, but I think I have this kind of like this type of like impish joy when I'm creating a piece that
Sure.
I love making art and my husband like always says that I'm like in the other room cackling while I'm working on a piece.
I love
So,
that.
so like you know, art is amazing. You can make whatever you want. It's the only time in my life where I just can just do whatever I want. And so
Totally.
I think that that humor really like comes through no matter the topic I'm
Yeah.
exploring.
And I mean, I guess like that's life, right? It's like very life is very serious, but we kind of have to
Mhm.
like laugh to get through it, or it's going to
Yeah.
be a very, very terrible time. I love that though. Every time I look at your work now, I'm gonna think of you just cackling, making
Yeah.
it. So I love
Good,
that.
good. That's what I want to put out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I also love that. Like I teach high school art. Did I read somewhere or did I hear from you somewhere? Do you teach
Mm.
as well?
Yeah, I'm a teacher,
Oh,
but I teach
excellent.
English.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I teach two courses at the University of Ferrara here in the city.
Awesome.
And I teach with like a private language school and we work with local schools. So I go to high schools, middle schools. I'm teaching at an art college next week, but it's like English exam prep, so it's not
Oh,
fun.
wow. Okay.
You
So you're
know?
not like showing off your artwork and like or
No.
you could do like, hey, write an artist statement about my work. That's a way to practice their
Yeah,
English,
yeah, we
right?
could do.
Or a critical analysis. Well, I was just thinking, like, I loved hearing you say that, I remember teaching a couple years ago. I was very big with my kids about like your art has to have a message. It has to have a message. It has to have a message.
Yeah,
And I was like, that's my favorite type of art. But I mean, I love to hear you kind of say like sometimes I just make to make because I want to, right? And I
yeah.
guess for me, that's very good to hear and comforting to hear. Like
Mhm.
sometimes you just make just because you need to, or it's helpful. So like
Yeah.
even a piece that has message or not, after you're done, do you feel a great sense of like uh relief? Is it very cathartic for you? Is it just, do you feel just better after just
Yeah.
making anything?
Yeah, I think, with my pieces that are more like, oh, like I have a funny idea I want to do, they are more like I don't know, like the junk food of
Sure.
not
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
bad way, but they're like just kind of a fun practice piece. And I don't think as an artist I need to be tied to only making art with a message or a meaning and making like fun art that I feel like making.
Hmm.
I make both. And but I think I feel the most relief when I make a piece that has either like very strongly come to me from somewhere and I
Hmm.
know I'm channeling something and there's something I
Sure.
need to get out, okay? And that creativity doesn't necessarily belong just to me, but I am transforming it with my perspective and my skills, and that feels like, I don't know, like almost almost like an alchemy kind of creating something new from these different energies coming somewhere, okay?
Totally.
And then and so I feel a lot of relief with those. If I'm going through a really rough time and I make a piece about that, then I feel exhausted, but a lot of relief from that. And like I said before, I feel like kind of putting humor into these scenarios like really helps me cope with different things in life. So
Yeah.
having that in my artwork just makes sense, you know?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Um, then when you get these ideas, I know these are like kind of very technical questions, but like, are you sketching out constantly, or do you like rush to draw at first, or do you just like, I just need to dive in and I just need to start making?
Yeah. I always do the dumbest sketch of the
Just hit.
idea. Yeah. I
I love that.
I think I sent you a
Yeah, you
couple of
sent me a
sketches
couple. I
of
love them. I
oh
honestly
okay.
though, I think the dumbest sketches, as you put it, I think
Yeah.
those are to me sometimes the most fascinating, right? Because it is that like
Yeah.
that beginning of that alchemy, like you said, it's like
Yeah.
I just had this idea, I'm writing it down,
Mhm.
and then it's taking its form. So I I love that, the dumbest sketches. I think they're great. I think they're
Well, thank you.
fantastic. Yeah,
I like them too. There's like this realness and there's this kind of there's like this freedom that you get from your initial sketch. It like
yeah,
where it like captures the essence of the piece without it being refined. And so
yeah,
I always love to share what my original sketch is when I finish the piece. And just
yeah.
looking at both of them, seeing the similarities is really fun. But yeah, I just do a really fast sketch to remember the idea. Sometimes I kind of if I can really visualize it, I'll write notes of what like colors I want it to be or But things usually change as I work on the piece, like
Yeah.
different things.
Yeah, totally. I'm then kind of curious then to kind of go back. You mentioned ceramics. Did you go to school for ceramics?
No, no, I didn't. I just started teaching myself with
Okay.
I actually started with air dry clay, just kind of
Okay.
messing around, making things. And then that studio I told you about, well,
Yeah.
the studio where the kids could paint, they just like would sell me like a lump of clay and I would just
Yeah.
make whatever and bring it in. I studied, well, I dropped out of university twice and finished on the third time. So
Nice.
yeah, and I studied like linguistics
Okay.
and Spanish. So,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. So then it's so fascinating. What was your relationship like with art then, like growing up? Or as I mean, I feel like, as kids we're always like we're making stuff, we're scribbling stuff, but like was it
Yeah.
something that you absolutely loved to do or something you just did because that's what we do. I'm a kid. But like what was your relationship to art growing up before university?
Yeah, let's see. I was and still am a very strange person, I think, and
Which
as
I
a
love. Thank you for being strange.
yeah. Um, as a kid, I spent a lot of time outside just talking to myself and coming up with worlds and characters and stories. And so I've always had a very rich kind of inner world. And then I think when I was really young, my first kind of love was animation and like horror films
Sure.
because before I went to school, before I even started school when I was like four or something, I would stay home with my mom and she loved Rosemary's Baby. Like she loved that movie.
Wow.
So
Okay.
a few times a week I would watch it. I would watch Rosemary's Baby. I would watch the old like old horror, black and white horror
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
shows and then as I got older, we had like this VHS of these like surrealist animations from like Eastern European animators and
Amazing.
Soviet
Yeah.
animations, and I got really into those. So my first like attempts at art, other than just like drawing and using crayons and stuff, was I would go down. I was such a creepy kid. I would go down to the basement, which was which wasn't like it
Sorry.
wasn't
This is
furnished or like
really this is really funny. It's for something. I'm such a creepy kid. I love that.
so it wasn't like a finished basement or anything. It was like a
Yeah.
dark, dank basement. I would go down in the basement. I would stay as long as I could, making these creatures and characters out of
Okay.
like
That is kind of
plasticine.
creepy. No offense.
Yeah,
That
and
is you were
I know,
right.
I know. And
But in
trying
the
to make
best possible way.
yeah, it makes sense for me. I don't know.
I just feel like if I went, because I have a very similar basement right now, and if I
Yeah.
went down there, my 4-year-old was like, it's just sitting there, I would be like, this is why I don't watch a lot of horror films, because
Oh
if
yeah.
I walked down, if my 4-year-old was just down there making stuff, I'd be like,
Yeah. You gotta run.
honey, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, but you were making things in the basement.
Yeah, yeah. And then I would try and make my own like stop motion animations.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah.
I loved like Jan Svankmajer, it's a
Mm,
Czech animator. I loved kind of like the uncanny, grotesque like fairy tales he would create with his
yeah.
animations. So I was really obsessed with that. I spent a long time making my
Yeah.
own
I know.
films and yeah.
I've been looking more into I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but I've been like looking more into those stop motion, those Eastern European, like those guys doing some of that stuff 100 years ago. It's really
Mm.
amazing.
Hmm.
The stop motion because I'm thinking about teaching a stop motion class to my photography
Oh, cool.
or a stop motion project to my photography kids and my
Hmm.
I've been showing of course I feel like my kids are probably creepy, definitely weird
Mm.
because I show them all this stuff that they probably shouldn't. Well, I mean, they should see it, but like that all their friends are definitely not seeing. So they see all the stop
Okay.
motion. So my 8-year-old, he was
Yeah.
doing some stop motion with his Lego guys
Oh,
the other day, which
cool.
was really
See,
fun. Yeah.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good to show kids weird things.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I try to not like go too overboard, but like
Mhm.
I didn't want to brag. It's not that cool. But this is a my 4-year-old for his birthday, he wanted a piñata. So this was my
Mhm.
paper mache attempt, and this is the piñata that
What?
he wanted.
Great.
So we did our
What?
paper mache thing. And this
Oh,
is
that's
yeah, so
awesome.
like that's my 4-year-old. And again, this
Yeah.
is I'm currently in my son's bedroom, and this is the type
Oh,
of work we have hanging up there. So like they're
that's
very
great.
used to this. And then I have actually family members that come and they're like, "Why do you have all this weird art? Like what's going on?" I'm like, "You want to see weird? Let me go get you something."
Yeah.
Um yeah.
That's super nice. Yeah, that
Yeah.
they're surrounded by that.
I have to ask you though about this film because I don't love like the new like I don't like paranormal type horror film. I like the old classics like you. I like The Exorcist I've seen 100 times just because I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And have you seen the Japanese somewhat horror comedy from 1977 House?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah,
It's
it's
the
great.
greatest. It's the
It's
greatest.
beautiful.
Me and a couple teachers have been trying to convince all the staff to watch House. So and then we could have like a viewing in the auditorium at our school,
Yeah.
and some of them are like, "What is wrong with you?" But it's the
Wait,
greatest film ever.
sorry, you froze for a second. Did you say you're planning to show it at your school or you
Oh
just want to?
no, that would be funny. No, I want to just for the
Oh, okay.
teachers, not for the
Yeah.
kids, not for the
Hmm.
kids.
Okay.
For the teachers, yeah.
Oh,
That
nice.
would be crazy. But it's
Yeah.
such a good and like and now my because I have a house shirt and a
Mhm.
sweatshirt. My 8-year-old keeps asking like, when can we watch House? And I'm like, dude, you gotta wait till you're a little bit older
Yeah, yeah,
before we watch House. So,
that's fair.
um,
Do you know the artist Billy Lilly from yes,
yeah.
you shared his work. Have you seen his he makes some house related art
I I
t-shirts and
have
stuff.
a Billy house sweatshirt. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. When I
It's so
saw that,
good.
I was like, "Oh my God, I have to own this." And he was so kind to
Yeah.
send me something. So,
His
yeah,
work's
his work
beautiful. Yeah, it's
it's
really
so
nice.
great. You know,
Yeah.
it's wild growing up in the well, growing up. I'm older. Probably older than you, but in this time now where I feel like most of my friends and people I talk to are people I've met on the internet
Oh
like
yeah,
you,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Billy, like Sarah, like, and I feel like growing up, they're like, don't talk to people on the internet that you meet. But like everybody I've met, you in particular, is like
Mhm.
the kindest, gentlest people in the whole wide world. So,
Yeah. Oh,
and
well,
I can
thank you.
see how
Yeah.
you and Sarah get along so well because I feel like her work, horror related, growing up watching stuff that like you're not
Yeah.
supposed to watch.
We've definitely bonded over Rosemary's Baby and whatever happened to Baby Jane. We both really love that
I don't
movie
know if
too.
I've seen that one.
Oh, it's
Um,
yeah, you should.
I've just been watching some of the old B movie, like the really old
Mm.
horror, the really silly stuff, stuff that is not going to totally freak me out at night. And
Yeah,
if I see my son in the basement making creepy things, won't completely creep me out. I
you'll be
love that so
okay.
much. That's so funny. So you mentioned briefly, but you do have a very talented artistic husband. Is that correct?
Yeah,
And
completely.
and what's it like just having art all the time? Do you all work together sometimes? Do you just bond over that? Do you bounce ideas off each other? What's it like in the household of these two artistic greats?
It is the best. It's crazy and fun, and I feel like we both have still kind of maintained this almost like childlike desire to totally like experiment and make crazy stuff. So our apartment is full of just very strange
Yeah.
things. I think we get artistically, we're both quite like I don't know, kind of like punk and how DIY we are. Like if we want to make something crazy, you don't need the expensive materials, you don't need the training, you just gotta just do it. If you want to do it, do it. So we
Hmm.
both share that mindset. And my husband, Paolo,
Hmm.
he's actually self-taught in sculpture as well.
Oh wow,
So
yeah.
he's a really inspiring person to see um, as he just like experiments, and he has just refined his design skills like completely by
Yeah, yeah.
himself. And he's a really amazing artist and person, and yeah,
And yeah, he makes some just like incredible masks lately, right? Which I've seen. I
yeah.
feel like you model them. And do y'all do some like some short film type stuff too, right? Or is that not true? I feel like I've seen
Well,
something.
when I we used to live in Croatia, and there's a really big animation scene in Croatia. There's a lot of amazing animators. And so I kind of like got inspired to make another short film.
Hmm.
So yeah, Paolo made just a very simple mask for me, and then I made this like short horror film. It was like 10 minutes with some friends, which was fun.
That's awesome.
But yeah, Paolo's making these beautiful masks, and he wants to work towards a short film. When that will be, I'm not sure, but he
Yeah,
has some beautiful like props that he's made. He makes everything, all the working mechanisms,
that's so cool.
all everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like between the two of you, his work and yours would be one of the greatest short films or movies ever. Like just these characters, like just cohabitating would be really fun to see.
Yeah, yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Someday,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, if you don't mind me asking, are you from Italy? Were you born
Hmm.
in Italy? Or where are you from?
No, I was born in New York.
Oh, okay.
My family's Italian, but
Okay.
they lived in Queens in Rockaway Beach.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and then I grew up mostly in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And
Cool.
then I moved to Italy. Well, okay, I didn't stay in the US for the whole time. I got a job in France when I was 20, and I lived in France, and then I met my now husband
Yeah.
there. And then we went to Scotland where he had been living, because
Cool.
he's British. And then we had a crazy period of uh, housing insecurity, and we're homeless for a couple of years, and we just like stayed with whoever would let us stay.
Yeah. Dang.
We like we like lived in a cave in Scotland for a while.
Wait,
Like,
what? Like a literal cave?
yeah, we found like this cave in Roslyn Glen. Oh, I don't know if I should say this, but
The
we had
statute of limitations is probably up,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know British law, but
Yeah. So we lived in a cave, and we camped in parks and the woods, and we stayed with friends. We stayed with this kind of cool, sustainable like eco community in the south
yeah.
of England. So we stayed with them. And kind of, yeah. So
Sorry,
anyways,
I'm just kind of laughing because at the beginning of our conversation, I was like, "Yeah, I kind of just want to go live in the woods," and you're like, "Yeah, that
yeah.
sounds nice," but you like actually did that.
Actually, yeah, I forgot.
I'm so sorry. I feel like just like putting my foot and of course, like I say that, but I would never be able to do that. I'm such a wimp. But like I
No.
say, I would like to. But you like actually, so that's
Yeah.
crazy. So I guess like I don't know. I feel like I kind of read a little bit too about your like love sort of ancient and medieval art. I feel like this all is now making a lot more sense. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I spent a lot of time in France and Wales, in England and Scotland. And now in Italy. I mean, you're just tripping over so much beautiful
Yeah. Right.
architecture. I've since moving back to Italy because we lived in Croatia for a couple years and then came
Uh-huh.
back. I feel like my work has definitely become uh, at least the color scheme has become more like Italian. Like there's a lot more warmth in the colors I'm
Sure.
using. And yeah, there's just a lot of inspiration. And it's funny because sometimes Italians who grew up in Italy they're so used to seeing all this beauty that they
Yeah.
don't
Right.
notice it. They
Right.
don't notice it.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
if you move here from America, you're just like, Yeah.
I
Oh, it's
know.
beautiful. Yeah.
I know. I feel like I would walk down the street and just stop every like 5 minutes and be like, look at these 500-year-old buildings, or like, look at this
Yeah. I
1,000-year-old
mean,
fountain.
hold on, Adam. Let me just show you the
Yeah.
ceiling of my
Yeah.
apartment,
Yeah.
okay? If you
Please.
can see it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so jealous. I gotta get out of here.
Like, what? Are you kidding me?
That
This is
is,
just a normal apartment I live in. It's
I
like,
know. Oh, don't, I'm not gonna show you my ceiling. It's embarrassing. There is a giant crack, but that's not,
okay.
man,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
So
stunning. Like, so how old is that building, that apartment building that you live in?
I don't know. I don't know, but it's really old. And the like the one window is like stained glass and it has like a what's it called? Family crest in it.
Sure.
There's like
Yeah.
Medusa. There's like a stained glass of Medusa.
That's rad.
Like, yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
So it's super inspiring being being here.
I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's funny because I taught art history for a little while to high school kids, which was one of my favorite classes to teach.
Hmm.
And I was just talking with somebody yesterday. I was teaching like ninth graders, and it was probably the way I taught it was like probably an AP course.
Okay.
Because like we went back to like cave paintings. We went back like
Oh.
40, 50, 60,000 years. I'm showing them like the Venus of Willendorf. I'm showing them all these like rocks that kind of look like things. And these kids are just like, what are you talking about, dude? And I'm like, but look at
Yeah.
how amazing this stuff is. And I just feel like here it's just like, oh, this house is old. It's 100 years old. But yeah, to be in Europe, just to like see
Yeah.
hundreds and thousands of years old, like just to be by it would be so inspiring and really awesome.
Yeah,
I gotta get
yeah,
there. I
nice.
gotta get
You
there.
you should. I mean, you can stay with us. We've got
Okay,
a
deal,
this the room I'm in is like where we work in, and then when guests come, they sleep in here, so you can look at the ceiling
deal.
and
All
be
right.
great.
Well, I would have to bring my 8-year-old and my 4-year-old probably. Is that cool?
That's
Is that cool?
fine. Yeah,
They could, I'm sure they would love all the art. They wouldn't mind that at all. Put on a mask or something.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. We'll just get an extra pull-out sofa and be
yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's rad. That's so cool. I'm very jealous of your ceilings. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. Thank
um,
you.
well, I can't thank you enough for joining me here today. Again, this was a great conversation, a blast. I was looking back. You reached out to me on Instagram probably. I guess it would have been 20 yeah, so it would have been around that time. So the reason why I interviewed Sarah was we had a show here in Des Moines.
Hmm.
I think it was, yeah, at the end of November in 2024. Speaking of ceilings, that the night before that show, my ceiling burst open and water came down
Oh
everywhere. So
no.
that was fun. But the show was great. And and so yeah, you reached out to me back then, and I feel bad. Like again, I know we've had conversations, we've chatted, but never. And I feel like this way I did with Sarah. I didn't really know a lot about her background and growing up. Like I knew a little bit, but until
Yeah,
interviewed her or met her finally in New York. So I thank
yeah.
you for
Nice.
joining me, and just
Oh yeah,
getting to know you more is good, and hearing the stories and
yeah.
about your art making and the the basement.
Basement
Yeah,
dwelling.
it's so great. So
Yeah, thank you for having
yeah,
me. It's
of
really nice getting
course.
to know you again and just chatting. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I think I just know people are going to be completely blown away by your work in New York.
Oh, thank you.
So I
Yeah.
can't wait for everybody to see it.
Thank you.
The following is an excerpt from the Empty Chairs catalog, an exhibit of artwork presented by Fiuz Gallery, an outsider in gallery in Iran. Alireza Asbahi Sisi, known as Sisi, was born in 1969 in Tehran. He grew up as the eldest son of a family of 7. His father, who worked as a tailor, passed away when Sisi was in the 5th grade, leaving him the breadwinner of the family. Sisi began working in a garment production facility in downtown Tehran. His longtime passion for handicraft brought him to the Tehran Bazaar, where he would roam the stalls during the week, buy rustic weave carpets and kilims, and sell them in the city's Friday market. When the market closed down in 2019, Sisi began working as a taxi driver. Meanwhile, in order to cover his family's living expenses, he bought an industry, carpet, sewing, and embroidery machine with an idea to roam rug cleaning facilities, collect bits and pieces torn beyond repair during the washing process, and sew them together to create patchwork rugs. He was soon to find out that his sewing machine was not fit for this purpose, and that he didn't have the means to buy the machine that he needed. And thus one day, as he was sitting in his workshop, he suddenly and spontaneously created his first collage, a rug featuring the lion and sun motif. Given his environment at the time, Sisi not only failed to receive encouragement for his art, he was often reprimanded and told he was wasting his time. He thus ventured into the antique market, which also proved to be unsustainable due to the economic situation of the country of Iran. In the fall of 2019, Sisi made the acquaintance of Morteza Zahidi of Outsider in Gallery, who saw his potential in these creations, and having received the necessary support and encouragement, Sisi is now making his living from his creations, in addition to being a taxi cab driver. Sisi's works are a product of his intimate familiarity with rustic rug weaving, where weavers would often create and arrange a vast array of patterns and shapes in a spontaneous and impromptu manner. Sisi's works reflect a very similar approach, and while he does not use a loom or predefined design, he makes generous use of textiles and rugs in order to create personal images, collages, and patchwork. By applying paint, adding verses and words, he decomposes the original designs and reinvents them as his own. The size and cut of Sisi's works have a strong resemblance to traditional rug samplers, often called vagare or arurain. His art, while being contemporary in its designs, remind us of a time where carpets were woven spontaneously, full of faults and errors. With his playfulness, Sisi creates a visual language which separates the practical and aesthetic value of his works from traditional cliches. The result is a captivating artistic uniqueness created free from the knowledge of what will emerge and how it will be classified. In his latest works, we see this playfulness in full display. He becomes both storyteller and stage designer, the private tailor of both kings and dictators, and like the myths and fables he has received from chest to chest, be it in the bazaar alleys or in the garment facilities, he invites us into his fascinating depiction from head to toe of masculine power. We want to send our best to all of the innocent people living in Iran currently to stay safe, including Sisi, our friends at Gallery Outsider In, Morteza Zahidi, and artist Sarvanez Farzian, as well as self-taught artist Afsungar. And for all the innocent people everywhere suffering war, we're thinking of you. Stay strong. And that's a wrap. Thank you to Pam Puck for joining me on a Saturday morning for me, Saturday evening for her in Italy. Thoroughly enjoyed having that conversation with Pam, and I hope to make it to Italy one day soon to see her and that beautiful ceiling that she gets to see every single day. If you're listening to this on Friday, March 6th, would love to see you at First Friday at Mainframe Studios here in Des Moines, Iowa. And if you're in the New York City area, I will be heading your way in just about a week or two from now. A week from now. Yikes, I better pack my bags. For the 2026 Outsider Art Fair. I cannot wait to see all of my friends, meet new people, share the artwork that I've been receiving at my home for the past couple of weeks. And I can't wait to have everybody see it, because it is some of the best work, some of my favorite works that I have seen. So come out to Outsider Art Fair, say hi. We'll have stickers. My boys, 8 and 4-year-olds, made stickers for the fair. We got postcards. Again, we'll have works by Kay Lesur Ara, Pam Puck, De Briere, Renisha McCoy, Jackie Bradshaw, and maybe a few others. Sending our best again to everyone in Iran, my friends Morteza Zahidi and Sarvanas Farzian. Please stay safe. Friends in Palestine, Maram and family. Friends in Minneapolis and Haiti and just everywhere. Thinking of you all in these trying times, everybody. Thinking of you. Stay safe. And we'll talk soon. Bye. And thank you to Jason Brown for the Folk Artwork and Friends theme song and all the interstitials. So many great little ditties that he put together for me. I can't thank him enough. Go check out more original music from Jason at sapwood.bandcamp.com. Buy an album. Support folk musicians like Jason. Thank you again, friend. Can't thank you enough. You are the best.